Welcome to Weekly Digest, where we highlight the works of ministers of government as they push the administration's development agenda. Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa on Saturday last visited several communities along the east bank of Demerara, experiencing severe flooding due to consistent rainfall. The record flooding, intensified by continuous high tides, made the drainage sluices inoperable, combined with the effects of climate change. While visiting and inspecting the situation, Minister Mustafa shared what has contributed to some of the residents' discomfort.
We have visited a number of villages. Some of those are Providence, Peters Hall, Grove, Diamond, and what we discovered that there are a number of areas that we have to clear up. But then with the heavy, high intensity of rainfall, the water have been accumulated, and then the tide is very short because we are in the nip season now, and only about 3 hours of drainage time we have.
During the visit, the minister told the affected residents that interventions were being coordinated to bring immediate relief. Minister Mustafa on Monday met with farmers and residents of Mocha, Arcadia. The meeting was a follow-up to a commitment made on Saturday last to address the concerns relating to agriculture. The farmers expressed concerns regarding drainage against the backdrop of heavy rainfall over the past weeks.
I asked that our engineer today, with the housing, because they are saying that the housing development that are taking place is causing some form of causing the water to back up. So our engineer with housing engineer will be visiting all the areas, including the housing areas, and we'll see what we have to do to reduce flooding.
Minister Mustafa said the GLDA is looking at putting measures in place to facilitate compensation for the farmers who were affected by the flooding.
Our livestock officers and the crop officers, they are looking to see some of the damages because the resident claimed that they had a lot of damages. They are looking to see what the residents have lost, farmers have lost, and to see how we can help them to get back as quickly to the land with planting material and other things like that.
The minister also on Monday led the Civil Defense Commission, CDC, in a hamper distribution exercise to the flood-affected families in Little Diamond. Some 300 cleaning hampers were distributed. He noted that the visit comes after a previous one to the community, where he committed to facilitating interventions to alleviate the effects of flooding.
I'm very happy to see that the water have drained out considerably. There is no water even in gutter today. I'm hoping that we can keep this area like this all the time.
The installation of new pumps in some of these affected areas will help to alleviate the effects of the heavy rainfall.
So all in all, we are working to manage the system. We know for a fact that we are having high intensity rainfall, and we are having above normal rainfall this time. Last Saturday we have approximately 5 inches of rainfall. Our system is capable of draining just about 1.5 inches in a 24-hour period. So you could see the strain it's putting on the drainage system. But we are making the necessary effort to put system in place so that we can mitigate the flooding.
About 700 hampers were distributed by the Salvation Army to pensioners and persons from vulnerable groups on Monday. The Salvation Army received tremendous support from government towards this initiative. At the distribution site, Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashni Singh, committed to making life more comfortable for seniors.
Speaking as a representative of this government, I will tell you this because I know I can speak on behalf of my president. Under the stewardship of President Irfan Ali, you will be getting more.
Minister Singh on Wednesday conducted inspections at the Guyana National Industrial Company, GNIC, Loparcon, and the John Finance Limited wharves in Georgetown. During the visit, the minister had the opportunity to witness the operations of the Customs Department, discuss policies and protocols, and make suggestions for the smoother and quicker movement of packages in and out the wharves. He drew attention to the modern package scanners present at the wharves, noting that they were among the investments the government has been making to ensure Guyana's ability to properly examine cargo at all major ports of entry.
We've also, of course, been introducing risk management and risk profiling systems and methodologies within the GRA, all with the objective of deploying technology and data in a more efficient way to facilitate more efficient customs operations and more efficient trade transactions, import transactions.
Customs teams have also been trained to interpret the contents of the packages as they appear on the scanner to be able to immediately determine which packages can be cleared for release and which should be flagged for detailed inspection.
Those elements, like I said, the risk profiling, risk management, use of container scanning technology, etc., form part of the wide range of measures that we're implementing at the GRA to improve, like I said, the efficiency of trade transactions. But there are other things that we're doing too, including streamlining processes.
The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security on Thursday hosted a toy distribution exercise as part of its Wish Upon a Star initiative. Minister Dr. Vindhya Prasad said the aim of the exercise is to extend appreciation and spread Christmas cheer to vulnerable groups.
In addition to our countrywide toy distribution exercise that we would have been doing, this particular initiative focuses on children with special needs, children living with disabilities, children who may be in foster care, children who may have lost both parents, children who may have had terminal illness, children who may be living in very difficult circumstances. And as we continue this initiative each year, this year being the third year that we're doing it, we're seeing more and more requests coming in. And for those children with those special needs, we try to ensure that they get their wish desired.
She also stressed the importance of being considerate of these groups and noted that the exercise is not only limited to the children of Region 4.
So where we cannot physically go or where persons cannot physically come to us, we send those toys in, especially to the children in the hinterland.
Residents of Sophia continue to feel the presence of government in their community as, very soon, 3 timber bridges between sections B and C will be rebuilt. Government is investing $3.8 million towards this initiative. Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, Susan Rodriguez, whilst visiting the site on Monday, noted that the works will be completed within the next 2 weeks.
This is in keeping with our objective, as we have made public before and as recently highlighted by Vice President Jaglio, that we want to ensure that all of the accesses to schools, in the coming years, we want to ensure that all of the bridges and the accesses to school, bridges, footpaths and so on, to schools across the country will be fixed as a priority for our children.
Some $13 million in contracts were signed on Saturday last to commence the construction of 10 wooden elevated houses in Smith Creek, Region 1, under the Hinterland Housing Program. The 3 contracts were signed by the chairman of the Community Development Council, CDC, Sherman Lewis, and the Central Housing and Planning Authority, CHPA, for the supply of labor, timber, sand, and stones. Minister Kroll said the project is a fulfillment of a commitment made by His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali when he visited the Riverine community during the elections campaign in 2019. He noted that the initiative is part of a process to upgrade the environment in which the people of Smith Creek live. Further, the minister has committed to improving water access to mitigate water-related health issues.
We will seek to assist that area or to bring some semblance to Smith Creek in terms of what they have there, with the assistance of some houses to be constructed. The environment of Smith Creek cannot continue as to how it is. And similarly, we will be making intervention to ensure that they have a proper source of water and that we eliminate some of that concerns, health concerns and other concerns that we have with Smith Creek, right?
Vulnerable persons and pensioners are being targeted to benefit from the housing project. To this end, the community agreed to the persons who will benefit. Residents of Ithaca Region 5, Mahaica Berbice, were beneficiaries of the government's Christmas toy drive distribution on Sunday. Minister of Public Works Bishop Juan Edgell, in his address, noted that the distribution drive is a first for the residents of Ithaca.
This is the first time that we're having an activity like this in Ithaca. This is testimony of how, as a government, we engage. No community must be left out, and Ithaca must be included, and we are here tonight.
The Ministries of Labour and Public Works have collaborated to train and assess persons who wish to attain an electrical contractor's license. This was made possible with the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU. Through the MOU, the Public Works Ministry will provide the syllabus for the program, while the Labour Ministry, through BIT, will facilitate training and conduct assessments of persons wishing to attain the license. Labour Minister Joseph Hamilton, in his remarks, said both the ministries thought it fit and important to have the issue of contractors paying hefty fines for a building to be signed off discontinued.
A lot of people run wires in the construction industry, but in large measure, most of them are unable to sign off on a building. So we are attempting here together, collaboratively, to bring that to an end and to see how the Inspectorate Department could help us regarding accreditation, certification of persons we are training in electrical installation.
Public Works Minister Bishop Juan Edgell revealed that this will create an avenue for hundreds of women and men in this field to be trained. The minister has charged the GEI to work more proactively due to the increase of electrical fires and to ensure inspections are carried out on government buildings.
When the buildings were built, the circuits and so on and amps that they put in there were not for what is happening now. So we have to do a lot of upgrades. And in doing those upgrades, we got to get people out there with the skills to get it done.
Residents of Mabaruma and neighboring communities are now benefiting from the upgraded Smart Health facility in Mabaruma Region 1 to the tune of $150 million. The hospital was commissioned on Monday. Dr. Anthony, during remarks, stated that the Smart Hospital project has helped government to refashion many healthcare facilities across the country. The minister noted that the intention was to inspect 83 different health facilities to refashion the facilities to be energy efficient with up-to-date medical services while also being climate resilient.
We're going to use this as a demonstration of what we can do with other facilities in the country. And it's going to make sure that whatever the weather might be like, that we'll be able not to get flooding but continue health services. As we work today to really upgrade our facility, upgrade this hospital into a smart hospital, we're not stopping here. There are many, many things that we want to do for the health sector, and the impact is really going to be for our citizens to enjoy better health care.
The minister added that over the last 2 years, the government has invested heavily in the health sector to ensure the well-being of all citizens. This brings us to the end of this edition of wpi.gov.gy and our social media platforms as well. Goodbye.